Hi guys, Paul here from PABrewNews. Got a beer here from the Heavy Seas Brewing Company. The last beer from the Heavy Seas Brewing Company I had was garbage. So let's check this one out. Now, this is Schneeboot. Okay, there you go, Schneeboot. And this is got a beautiful bear on the cover, and then a boat, of course, because they're a 13% session strength Eisbock. 13% session strength barrel aged Eisbock in bourbon barrels, if you were wondering, from Heavy Seas Brewing Company. Let me see if I can. There you go. You can actually see the cover right there. You can see the label. That's good. I was wondering. Okay, let's see, Schneeboot, and this is dark. I can't. No. What am I reading right now? You do the thing, and then you read. I already know it's bourbon barrels. Why should I read it? Oh my God! Reading the beer is gonna be crazy because it's got that whole old English font, and it's very tiny. I can't see anything. Okay, this will be good. Yeah, crack it open with the old hocus pocus glass. Bottle opener, a glass. Put it in this glass, the Clarion River glass, but there was a little bit of water in there. So I will blame that why it's watery, but even though it's going to be water, because you know what, they're going to screw it up. There we go. Boy, that really did pour out watery for a barrel-aged 13% Eisbock. Something about Eisbock is to distill it so the water, when you Eisbock a beer, it's distilling. It's a distilling process. That you take all that bock, the double bock. Usually it's a double bock. You throw that in a freezer and it freezes. And basically what happens is you take the rest of the stuff that doesn't freeze and it's almost distilled, highly alcoholic distilled bock. And then you pull that out, and that's what your Eisbock is, which is super alcoholic, super thick, super this. And then of course you put it in a barrel, but an Eisbock should be super thick, so it should handle a barrel aging. This, I don't know if they really did that. I think that's just, I don't know. Okay. I guess Eisbock was basically discovered because the guy that was supposed to take care of all the bocks and the barrels, he was a lazy piece of shit, left it out, I guess, without putting it away, and all the barrels froze, and they were all pissed off, and then they pushed something through the barrel and found out if they chipped away the ice, there was still liquid and they drank it. Like, holy crap, that's great. It was a mistake. Most of our wonderful inventions and the way that we have now, it was invented by mistake, by accident. Like coffee, for example, they just used to clean monks' clothing in it or whatever, and it's like, oh, well, you can drink it too. It's really good. You know, the first Byzantine monks, Saint Hildegard and stuff like that. The one nun, she bathed in hops. You know what I mean? Like, it was a bathing thing. It wasn't a drinking thing. You know, and they, next thing you know, boom, bam, boom, hops are everywhere. So there it is. Of course, the first New Asians used lingonberries for hops in place of hops. And so those kind of little nuances into the glass. Amber caramel hues all through this glass. Murky brown in the center, of course, away from the light. Alcohol-like sticking. Are you surprised from 13% alcohol by volume? Because I'm not. There's blankets, sheets, and comforters. There's a whole bed set of alcohol legs in here, ready to nuzzle me in for tonight. I'll tell you that right now. Let's see. Very nice looking beer. Looks a bit thin. Just gonna tell you. Just saying. But Schneideweiß's Eisbock that I had, especially the Cuvée version and that the Barrique version, they were all a bit thin, and they are the German version, the equivalent of success, like the pinnacle of what you should expect. So honestly, I'm gonna compare it to that, and it might be apropos. You never know. So let's do it. Cheers. Let me do that again. Maybe I shouldn't drink it. Maybe I should just keep it here and smell it. Because that's what's good. I tell you what. There is caramel, rich caramel, There's deep, dark fruits. You can see all the candles going out. Deep, dark fruits, raisins, figs, dates. There is baker's chocolate, roasty toasty tones, a little bit of fall leaf coming up through. Beautiful toffee, brown sugar, molasses qualities. Almost a cloviness as well. Woody oaky smoke. This thing smells fantabulous. Okay? So there we go. Let's get into it. Cheers. If it smells half as good, if it tastes half as good as it smells, we're going to be in quite a little happy spot right here. This is going to be a happy spot. So there we go. Cheers. Okay. First off, it's the high side of medium mouthfeel, so I personally believe it's a bit thin. And it transitions down thinner and thinner as you go. But, as again, I said the Barrique from Schee was too damn thin, but they're the pinnacle, right? So, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this beer right now. It is a little bit lackluster for what I expected, but it is delicious. I know that just contradicted what I said, but if you smell this beer, you're gonna be like, okay, this is gonna be a train ride, you know. Believe me. This tastes. I don't know if you've ever had this beer. I'll give you two examples. Not beer, but examples. There's two things. There's little caramels with vanilla kind of cream in them. They're a little wrapped up. In everybody's cheap bin, especially in America, in the cheap bin, if you go to a candy shop, little caramels with little white centers. Tastes like that. It does. If you get this other thing called a cow tail, it's a candy. A long thing, wrapper, tastes like that. Yeah, and that's why I'm thinking it's fucking fantastic. However, it's a bit thin, it's a bit this. I don't really know, I can't really tell. This tastes like a beautiful Eisbock, but just like the last beer that I had, that Siren, where the fuck did the barrel go, guys? You know what I mean? Like, this whole bourbon barrel thing, it just didn't work for me, right? So, I can't give this a phenomenal score. And I have to bitch about it, because that's what I do. There's beautiful oak. There's beautiful oak. A little bit of a burn from the ABV. There's a burn. That ethanol alcohol is definitely present, coming through. You can feel it going down. But it's not hindering the drinking experience. It's beautiful. It's adding to it. It's adding to that moment in time for you. It's really nice. It goes down. That vanilla is coming through from that barrel. It comes down like that. Again, I said that kind of cow tail. That caramel toffee wrapped vanilla string. Ugh, so good. So nice. This is a good beer. Little bit of roasty toasty on the side. It's I don't want to give it a bad score, because I think it's lacking on body. I think it's lacking on bourbon. Like, the bourbon's not coming out bourbon barrel. I mean, you're just using used up barrels. But the vanilla is there. The smoke is there. A little bit of like char smoky goodness. You know, that kind of walnut husk kind of vibe is coming through. I just think, I mean, I'm not really getting a huge bourbon complex out of the nose or the taste, but I'm getting caramel. And one of the things I always say is, bright, peppery caramel. It's just not coming off as bourbon. I don't know if it's something about in the barrel, it kind of blended with the beer and this and that. I don't know, but it doesn't seem bourbon barrel aged to me. Like, if it just said barrel aged, I would believe it. Like, great, huge Eisbock in a regular barrel. You didn't need to put the bourbon there because I don't get the bourbon. I'm getting everything a huge, beautiful Eisbock should have already. So I don't feel the bourbon's adding, if you know what I'm trying to say. Like, it doesn't, or maybe the bourbon was lackluster, but the Eisbock was lackluster, so it's just filling in the blanks. Maybe that's what's going on. You know what I mean? It's one of those little dodgy little streets. This thing is good though. It's a good beer. This is a great beer, I will say. This is a beer that I should go and buy more of and age and see what happens. I'm not going to take anything away from this beer. This is a good beer. I'm a happy guy. I can't believe I'm at 12 minutes. I must have talked a lot of shit until this point. And I can't remember that because this is a good beer. Unfortunately, when you start focusing on trying to think and you're trying to talk and take up time while you're thinking about tasting notes and thinking how the beer is made, dynamics, and your memory about how Eisbocks are done, and like blah, blah, blah. Time flies because your mouth is constantly moving because you don't want to have that dead spot where you're sitting like you're like not saying anything for a minute because you're processing. You have to keep talking, and time just fucking flies. It's a good beer. It's a little bit. It's too thin. It's too thin. It's too thin. Baker's chocolate. Smoky, roasty, toasty. Caramel. Vanilla. Molasses. Brown sugar. Dates. Raisins. Figs. Not bombastic. They're not bombastic. They're there. They're nuanced. But they're not bombastic. They're nuanced. Everything's nuanced. Everything's nuanced in this beer. But it's there. You can pick it up. It's still a good beer. Damn. It's one of those things where it's a good beer. I'm not gonna say it's a great beer. I'm gonna go back. After that last swig, I really start thinking about it. It's a good beer. It's a good beer. This thing's 13% too. Holy shit. This is a good damn beer. It's not a great beer. It's not a great beer. It's way too thin, and everything that I'm picking up is really nuanced. It's there. I think everybody can pick this up. Everybody can pick up the notes that I'm talking about, but they're very nuanced. It's that kind of like afterthought. They go, oh, there it is. There it goes. After I just got done talking, oh, there's that. You know what I mean? Shit, man, this is good though. Excuse me. The flop that was Siren. I'm not saying it makes up for Siren, but I'm saying I expected another flop. This Eisbock is good. Good beer. There's a lot of people, they're going to say garbage, this and that. I get that. I was one of those people, or I am one of those people, that poo-poos a lot of things for being way too thin. This is way too thin. Not being this. Not having the bourbon. And the bourbon barrel, like, I can't tell there's bourbon in this. There's a lot of flavor. The only thing that I can say there's bourbon is there's a pronounced caramel. But honestly, you should get a nice pronounced caramel and fucking double in an Eisbock, especially if it's a double bock made into an Eisbock. You should get caramel anyway. But I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt right now. I'm torn. I'm trying to really get behind this beer. But there should be smoke. There should be more smoke. Like if this was Rauch, like more like, I think if they fucking had some smoke malts to kind of keep up the fact that the barrel's lacking, some smoke, fall leaf should be there. I don't know, it could be better. This could be a lot better of a beer. But what's in this glass right now, I'm not gonna say no to. It's one of those kind of deals like, oh no, it's pretty damn good. I'm really excited about it. The one thing that isn't 16 ounces, and I actually like it, because all the other 16 ounces are like, yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Oh boy. By the way, I did 2 more beers. They're still sitting over there. I didn't drink them yet, so I'm not drunk. I'm just excited. I really came down here in whoa. I really thought my only job today was to badmouth this beer like for half an hour, because Siren sucks so much, and I'm so happily confused about it's not. You know, I'm like, this, they did something right, yay. You know what I mean? They did it right so much that I'm gonna go buy more of this. I am gonna go buy more. If they haven't, they might not. But the thing is, Icebox. Icebox is a thing that a lot of these new guys, hashtag new quote unquote new guys, don't know about old beer. That kind of thing. They go, oh, this is a hazy double IPA. Is it a triple IPA? No, it's an Icebox. I don't know what that is. I have to go over here and masturbate. You know, and that's what they do. So this thing is probably going to sit on the shelves. So I'm going to go make sure I get all of it, because no one else knows what the fucking Eisbock is, because they don't know anything. They go, you know, Haze Bro, and that's it, you know. So, yeah, excited about this. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. It's a good beer. I think I've said enough. It's been at least a half an hour, so I'm going to say this is going to be, to me, son of a bitch. How do I rate this beer? This is, dude, this is still a 9. This really is. It's a 9 out of 10. It really is. I can't give it lower than that. It's fucking fantastic. It really is. For what it is, no matter how nuanced it is, it hides the ABV so well, but the ABV that does show is ABV appropriate, if you know what I mean. The burn is appropriate. That kind of, look at me, I'm savory is appropriate. Everything's appropriate. It's too thin. It's too nuanced. If it was thicker, I give it a 9.5. It was bombastic too, I give it a 10. So that's my marking right now. It is really good. Heavy Seas. I don't know how the hell you did this, but you pulled one out of the bag. There we go. So cheers to you, and cheers to everybody else, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.